Okay, for the sake of the audio, can you just tell me who you are, please?
Well, I'm Councillor Barry Walker. I'm Dawn's husband. I'm her consort.
Lovely.
And my name is Dawn Glenville. I'm also a councillor and I'm the Mayor of Hinckley and Bosworth.
Lovely. Well, thanks for speaking to us today here at this Armed Forces Breakfast Club. Have you ever been to a breakfast club like this?
Never.
Never.
It's unique. It's really amazing what you're putting on for the veterans.
Yeah, and to be quite honest, I didn't know this existed.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the RBL do a lot, but I am absolutely surprised beyond belief at how fantastic it is and how good it is for all the veterans.
Yes, we found this morning what a lovely company it is, and we've noticed that now everyone's had the breakfast. That it's not quiet. It was quite boisterous earlier on. Everyone greeting each other. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great for the members of the ex of the armed forces to be here, exchange stories, and be amongst friends and stuff.
And the distance that they've travelled to get here as well.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, we're sitting next to a gentleman who come from Hull.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, the gentleman that actually started this sort of movement off, because it's going national, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, and that's what I found amazing, to hear the different stories and the different backgrounds and what it does for them and how it helps them physically and also their mental health.
Yeah.
So it is important.
It is, really, it is. And like I said, just having this, once a month and stuff is fantastic. I think just being here on behalf of FOSS and of course Hinckley District, past and present, I'd like to come again, actually, because the breakfast was superb.
Yeah.
It was.
Is it held different places around the country? It's not just
I'm
here.
going to say, it's not just here. They have all local branches of that do it all over.
Yeah.
So this is fantastic.
How many branches would that be?
Oh, a lot.
I take it you don't know then.
No, I don't, but I will find out. But still, it's been lovely talking to you this morning, and thank you for finding the time to come here, because your tenure will soon be coming to an end, won't it?
Oh, don't make me cry.
Because you've both been seen all round the district, and I've known that because we've bumped into each other a few times, haven't we?
We've
We have been
enjoyed every
invited to the
moment.
garden party. So
Oh, lovely!
that's something really special.
That's going to be really special, of course, with our new king.
Absolutely, yes.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you all the best. Thank you for your service to the town, and we look forward to bumping into you, I'm sure, in the not too distant future.
Right.
Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And the light's not on. Do you want the light on? Do you want the light on? The ring light on.
All right. Okay. Right. Okay then. Right. If you just stay to you are for the microphone, please.
My name's Dr. Luke Evans. I'm the Member of Parliament for Bosworth.
Right, lovely. Well, welcome along to this fantastic breakfast club. Have you ever been to a breakfast club like this?
Not like this. It's absolutely fantastic to be down here, to see all the veterans, see the banter that's happening, and to believe that this has been set up for 5 years and providing that support.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And of course, you've just recently been made an honorary president.
I have the RBL of Hinckley, which is incredible. They've celebrated their 100 years since they've been set up. And would you believe that the original president at the time was the MP 100 years ago?
Really?
So
No, I
100
didn't know
years
that.
on, I am now stepping into the role of my forefathers to fulfill that role. So I hope that in another 100 years' time, there will be an MP coming forward to be the 200th year
Yes,
president.
exactly. I think it's fair to be said that in the last sort of five years or so, it's been more the local branch of the Royal British Legion. They've took a much higher profile now. And for Hinckley District, past and present, as you know, we were so honoured to be able to help them through our Good Causes Fund to help them commemorate this big milestone, which obviously a lot of local branches will be approaching at this time over the next couple of years, depending on when they started. So for you to actually be, as you said, 100 years after your forebears, as it were, your members of Parliament forebears, is absolutely fantastic.
It's wonderful, and for you guys to give them the support, all the finances that you put in to help the RBL. But what it demonstrates to me as the MP is how our community comes together, and those values that we have around Hinckley. They want to support our country, they want to support our veterans, they want to support each other and learn about our history and heritage. That all comes together right here with the work that you do, the RBL do, and it's such a pleasure to be the representative for our community, to see all this happening right in front of my eyes.
Fantastic. Now, with these breakfast clubs are popping up all over the country. And this morning said we will be talking to the person who actually started it all, which I think is fantastic. And that he's travelled all the way down from far afield. I think Hull.
He's come down from Hull and he's set up, 400 of these in counting. And I think what it shows is just how the superficial side, a chance for people to come, share their stories, catch up with old friends, and share that banter. But on the real side, veterans particularly suffer with the loneliness and depression, and this is a chance to go back into that environment that they're comfortable with, share stories that no one else in the civil society will properly understand, and that's so important at a time where everything seems to be so digital and far away. This is a chance to connect with people locally and get that support network. So every story I've heard here has said, look, I come for the laughs, but actually when push comes to shove and I need some help, my wife's in hospital, there's a problem with my dog, whatever it happens to be, people will step up from this group and help them out. Yeah. And that's incredible.
Amazing. I think the comradeship actually here this morning, it's so palpable. You can, it's really oozing with it. It really is a great atmosphere.
It is. The banter's there, the jokes are flying around, but it's all got that serious tinge of actually they've got the support, they've got that social network now, and long may it live.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Dr. Luke Evans, MP for our area, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Catch up very soon.
Okay, my name is Derek Hardman. I'm the founder and director of the Armed Forces and Veterans Breakfast Clubs organisation.
Brilliant. Well, welcome to the Hinckley District local branch of the Royal British Legion. Yeah. And is this the first time you've been to Hinckley?
It is the first time I've been to Hinckley, to be fair,
yeah. And let's just get this on the record, because you are the gentleman that started this whole movement off.
I usually tell people it's my fault.
It's your fault?
Yeah,
right,
it's my
okay.
Fault.
Yeah. What inspired you to start such a movement off?
Well, I'm not normally one to put my head above the parapet, but this kind of happened. It was a happy accident sort of thing. So many years ago, I had a former military vehicle that I was converting for a business, and I was asking around for somebody that was, sort of, because the 24-volt systems are different from normal civilian vehicles. I was looking for somebody that had experience with military vehicles, and unfortunately, I found someone from the REMI. So. We was converting this vehicle on a Saturday morning. I was teaching at the time in a local school, on a Saturday morning, we'd sort of naffy break time, 10 o'clock. We'd send out for a couple of sandwiches and and have a brew. And there would be a couple of guys sometimes rocked up that served with him. The guys whose garage it was. So this was in a garage. And I used to realise, and by the afternoon, it was almost like I'd had a recharge. Right. I'd walk away with my face aching from the banter and the laughing, do you know what I mean? And it kind of went on like that for years. We didn't really think about it much, other than that. And we had more and more people turn up at this garage, and Pete, whose garage it was, he was still doing cars, still working on them on the ramps and stuff like that. We're still working on this military vehicle for a while. And then it got to my 50th birthday, and they had a poker on my social media, and it actually fell on the Saturday. And when I turned up on the Saturday for my 50th birthday, there was 4 or 5 lads that I'd served with that I'd not seen in 25 years.
Fantastic.
So it was fantastic. And by the time the 4th one walked up to me and said, I wish we had something like this where I live, that was the light bulb moment. And I said, well, let's do it. What's to stop you? All we're doing is, found a venue, having breakfast together, and brews, and you could do that in a pub or a cafe, and that was it. And that was 2014. Right. And since the summer of 2014, we've started and organically, we've not pushed this. It's just organically grown. And we've averaged more than 1 club a week every week since the summer of 2014.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So we're up to 470 breakfast clubs now in 15 countries worldwide, and we're the biggest veterans organisation in the UK.
That's fantastic. Are you planning to try and visit every single one?
I'd love to. I really would. I actually managed to get to one in Cyprus one time. And it just so happened that the wife rang me at work and said she'd found a cheap holiday, and I said, oh, whereabouts is that? Cyprus. Oh, whereabouts is Cyprus? When she told me, I was straight on the internet, there's a breakfast club 10 minutes away from there. So, fantastic. So we actually got to go to that one. So. Yeah.
And I think it's also fair to say that what we've witnessed here this morning, I mean, the comradeship that from all the people here, there's a real banter, there's a lovely atmosphere.
Sense of belonging. That's what you're looking for, sense of belonging, because That's the main thing I think that vets lose when they leave their services. It's very tribal, and we're all conditioned to be airmen, soldiers, sailors, and nobody unconditions you when you leave. So like, you know, and these day and age with you know, sexual fluidity, etc. I identify as a sapper.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know, and you know, when you put them in together, they've all tubed the same turf. They've all had the same conditioning, you know, that everybody's trained to be an infantry soldier, whether you're in the Army, Navy, or the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they leave, when they walk out the door, they're still they're missing that camaraderie and stuff. And because that was sort of instilled in their formative lives and all through their military career, when they leave, that's still all there. It's still it's hardwired in. So you put vets together in something like this, like a breakfast club, and it's almost like they come home.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
amazing.
Well, I think what you've started, as you say, quite almost by accident, has turned into this wonderful follow, which is going up and down. And of course, I think it's brilliant, and I think more power to everyone's elbow and to get involved,
absolutely,
and get these things going.
And of course, just go to the website www.afvbc.net and look for your nearest breakfast club, and away you go. Just turn up, you know, get in contact with them, and you know, go
That's
along.
great. Well, thanks for talking to us today. I'll let you get back and finish your breakfast.
Yeah, it was a nice breakfast as well. It was a good breakfast. Yeah, I weighed 10 stone when I started this.
Is that? Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, my name's Chris Lincoln. I'm the founder of Hinckley Armed Forces and Veterans Breakfast Club. Obviously, we started this 5 years ago. It was just something which I wanted to do as part of an ongoing, should I say, expansion of the former ex-services community here. Because obviously we lost the ex-services club, and it was a way of getting everybody together. So that's why I decided that was probably the best thing to do.
Well, this is the first time I've been along to one of these breakfast clubs, and I tell you, it's wonderful. There's a lovely atmosphere in the room. There's a lot of banter flying around as well. I think it's a fantastic thing that you've got going here, and to have the gentleman here who sort of started it all off originally, it's come all the way from Hull.
Yes, well, Derek and myself have got a lot in common because I actually have relations that live in Hull.
Oh, okay.
My brother lives there, my sister, and one other sister, she lives a bit further out.
Okay.
But I've got a very good lot of ties with Hull, and I thought it's good that somebody from Hull had actually started the breakfast clubs up, and it was sort of a very good idea.
Yeah.
I thought it would be obviously in our interest to get involved with it.
So open to all ex-servicemen and all service people, I would say.
Yes, it is. I mean, we have had serving members on the always position there. And one thing it makes it space where sometimes come out to get civilians from experience.
Somebody's listening. And they're very and we made very.
So we do have look for him for there is we ask normally service on the day on the back whether they're easier have a few travel from Bull guy comes from
Right.
good clubs in and itself countries actually do one meeting lot of in the area. We do act with Goldville is good because we have contact with to us, Ashley, and like I said, we've all think ordering today.
Excited to hear.
Yeah. Good. It's a kid. 14 we can help numbers.
Well, I think this is a strong idea. Great. Thank you very much.